How's it going, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to install these Zippy spacers in the Ryworx Omeme balisong. So you can see I've already got one of the extension spacers installed, and in this video, we're going to install the second one together. So I'm going to take my Torx driver. The Omeme spacers are T6, and I'm just going to unscrew all of the spacer screws here. And then I'm going to use a thin rigid metal object. This is a 1.5 millimeter hex key, and I'm just going to pop out the spacer 6 bolts if they didn't fall out already. And then the spacer should just fall out. We'll set that aside. In order to reduce the weight, because the stock Omeme has a lot of handle bias, this mod only uses one 6 bolt and one screw, so you can set the other two to the side. Now, you're going to want to make a decision on how many weights to use. There's 3 weight spots. You can pop in the tungsten weights in any of these holes here. I use the tip of a clicky pen to pop them in. Makes it very easy. And this is going to be the most handle bias configuration. I prefer the Omeme to be more neutral, and far more neutral than stock, because stock is very handle biased. So I'm going to run it without weights. But if you want to add some booty weight, the option is available to you. So I'm going to line up these notches with the 6 bolt holes and just slide the spacer in like that. Then I'm going to insert the 6 bolt, and it's not all the way in yet. I'm going to push the extension spacer in while pushing the top handles this way, and I'm just going to gently but firmly push the 6 bolt all the way in. Now you can see my 6 bolt is not all the way in, it's still sticking out. So I'm going to repeat that procedure, and I'm pushing the spacer into the handle, and then I'm pushing the top handle into the spacer while pushing the handles down so I can catch the 6 bolt, and it should just snap right into place. You'll hear it. And now you can see it's aligned properly. Now I'm going to take one of the screws and tighten it till there's a very light resistance. I just really want to get it in there. Nothing more. I'm not trying to tighten it just yet. And now what I'm going to do is take the stock spacer, and I'm going to insert it just below the Zippy spacer like that. And I'm going to tighten down the spacer screw, and I'm taking it really slow, and I'm applying pressure in because T6 strips easily. So you don't want to rush this part. Just take it nice and slow, be gentle but firm. And I'm just going to tighten this very slowly and gently so I don't strip the screw until the handles are catching on the stock spacer and I feel resistance when trying to pull it out. So right now I'm just checking to see I can still move the spacer, so I'm going to keep tightening. And do a couple turns, check again. Turn it a little bit. Okay, so now you can see I've tightened it too much. I'm not gonna be able to pull this out. So I'm gonna undo it just a hair at a time until I can start to wiggle this out. And I don't want to scratch the inside of the handles or anything, so I'm gonna unscrew it a little bit more. And now I can just pull the spacer out. And you're done. You've just installed the Zippy spacers on the Ryworx Omeme. And again, I'll emphasize, I do prefer the weight configuration without any weights, just because the stock Omeme is pretty handle biased. This mod removes 2 of the sex bolts and uses a much lighter material, so it's a lot more neutral and adds some much needed length and positive jimping. Anyway, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys.